Hi, this is Bernie from Lobbytree.com, and I thought I would just take some time and do a quick walk through the Lobbytree product, show you how to search for some data, export it to Excel, and some couple of neat things we can do once we get it into Excel. So first off, it's www.lobbytree.com is where you need to go to get to our page. Once you get here, you'll see this, and this is where you need your login information. And if you don't have a login, you can click here to get a free trial. That'll set you up in the system, give you login information, give you full functionality of the system, but you'll get limited data, like you won't get the full data set back. So you get a good sense of how to work the system. It's just to get the full data, you'll have to be a registered user. Okay, so once you have your login, you come over here, you open up this drop down, pick your organization, and then type in your username and your password, and then click the login button, and this brings you into what we call the main lobby. And here you can choose which of the databases you want to search. In this case, we're going to concentrate on the media outlets, so we just click on that, which will bring us into the media search screen. And on here you can see the three different types of media that we have in the system: print, television, and radio. And then any media will bring a result set back that contains all three of the media types. And you can click on any of these and see that it opens up a box that you can fill in your search criteria. So I'm going to work in the print media. And you can see down here all the different fields that you can search on: name, province, city, postal code, circulation, all that kind of stuff. What the search that I'm going to do today, I'm looking for all the daily newspapers in Alberta. So what I can do is first set up the type of publication, which will be daily newspapers, and click this box here so it will filter the search with daily newspapers. And then I'll also click on Alberta so that we get the results that we want. And then we click the submit button, and off the system goes and returns us our records. So you can see down here we have 9 records that fit the criteria of daily newspaper in Alberta. Okay, and so just some interesting stuff about this grid that we see here. One is some of these fields are sortable. So organization, if we click on it, it will sort in alphabetical order. We can go reverse alphabetical if we click it again, so it toggles it back and forth. City is also sortable. So you can see there it's done that. Same thing, you can go back and forth. Province is sortable as well, but clicking here doesn't make any difference because everybody's in Alberta. Anyhow, I'll put the organization back to alphabetical order and show you a couple other things. If you watch these two grids down here, the emails and beat grids, when I select a particular record, you'll see that it fills in that information. So you can see the email addresses for the Calgary Sun. You can also see the beats and the people associated with those beats. We click on the Edmonton Sun, you can see the same kind of information for the Edmonton Sun. So that's where that information is. You'll notice down the left-hand side of this grid, there's a bunch of boxes that we can put check boxes in. This is used to select the data that you're actually going to export. So this will be what gets sent to Excel. By clicking this one on the top, it's in the header row, it selects or deselects all the records, or we can do them one at a time, whichever way we feel like. In this case, what I think I'll do is I'll select them all and then maybe take one out just for to show you that that won't get included in the Excel spreadsheet, so we won't put Fort McMurray today in there. So we should get 8 records exported and no Fort McMurray today in the spreadsheet. So all I have to do to go to a spreadsheet is just go up here and click on the Export to Excel button, and the standard dialog comes up on spreadsheets, and I'm going to open it with Microsoft Excel. And there we go. We have our data. You can see there are 8 records, and there is no Fort McMurray publication in there. So just for make things a little easier, I'm going to adjust some column sizes, and I'm going to do sort of like a mini campaign kind of idea. let's say we want to phone all these people and we want to, record the result we get from that phone call. Well, we can do this nicely in Excel. What we'll do is use this column over here. I'm going to give it a header of result. And then in this, we're going to set up a drop down here so people can pick the value of the result. It's called data validation in Excel. And the way I find this works easiest is to go over here and insert a new worksheet. Click OK. And then on this worksheet, we're going to type the values for all the different results. So I'll just create a few here. Oops, sorry about that. We'll do not contacted. Say nobody answered the phone. We got a positive result, or we get a negative result. Okay, so that's our 4 statuses that we could possibly get. And what we need to do now is give these a name. So in Excel, the way you do that is you select all the columns. This, of course, could be as many results as you want. Make up your own results. That's all fine. But we have to select them all and then go into this name box here and type a name for it. So I'm going to call it status. Hit enter, and there. Now this list is now called status, so we can refer to it over here. So to set up a data validation, we pick the cell that we want to put the validation in. Choose the data menu and click validation. The validation type we want is a list, so that'll be a drop down that people will pick a value from. So we click list, and then in the source we have to put equals and the name of the list, the validation list we just created. So that was the status that we created on the other worksheet. And then we click OK. And there you can see now we have this drop down arrow here. And I'm going to put that one to not contacted. And then what I'm going to do is just copy this down to all the other rows. So now everybody is a default to not contact. So what we can do now is we can just go and take our phone and start phoning all these people. And then as we phone them, we can record our things. And let's say we got off to a good start, we get a positive. And then the next guy didn't answer the phone. And then we have a bit of a bad run where you get a couple of negatives. And then we'll say the rest, we're having a good day, so the rest is going positive. All right, so there, now we have all of our results recorded, and we can see that our calling campaign is done. So let's say we want to do something like, let's find out how well we did with this campaign, get some kind of chart on the results. That's pretty easy with Excel. We just go into data and we create a pivot chart is what we're after. So on this screen, you have to switch this to pivot chart instead of pivot table. On our source data, we don't want to include everything, which is a default. We just want the column with the results in it. Click next, and we'll have it create a new worksheet. So there we go. Now we have a new worksheet. So to get our results to show up here in a reasonable format, what we need to do is drag that result field, that's the column, into this category fields section down here, and then also right onto the chart. And so what we get is a count of all of our results. So you can see we have 2 negatives, 1 no answer, and 5 positives in a nice column chart. We can do something cool too, like maybe it would make more sense to show it in a pie chart. That's, so we can say a fancy 3D pie chart. So there we go. We have click finish, and there you can see we have our pie chart with our results. And if we hover on here, we can see that we had a 62% positive campaign. So that just gives you a quick walkthrough of how easy Lobbytree is to use, how effective it can be, and when we start combining it with functions in Excel, how you can do some really cool things. So if you're interested, please go to www.lobbytree and sign up for a trial account, or contact us and we can get you a registered account. And yeah, thank you very much for your time.